Being the wonderful human being that I am, I have supplied you with the file that is going to be explained in this video. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. You are expected to customize it the way you want it customized, and it's given as is. I'm not going to spend hours giving you tech support over this. If you can't work it out, sorry. I think it's fairly obvious. I think it's fairly self-explanatory, don't give me grief over the audio quality in the next bit. OBS doesn't record particularly well on my PC, and I don't have a decent mic, so deal with it. Okay, so this is the basic template that you can open from the file below. Now, it is pre-populated at the moment with some random information to give you an idea of how it works. So you should be starting on the amounts tab. If you can see a nice pretty chart or you can see a pretty graph, that's not where you should be. Start with the amounts. Now, it's designed for expansion. So your first year at university, you may not have some of this stuff. It won't apply, but you will have to use the customizable features that I'll show you in a moment. Start with, if you're fortunate enough to have a part-time job and you get paid monthly, this is where you put it in. If you get paid on the 15th of the month, you can say that you make, I don't know, let's say it's £1,000 a month. It's not going to be, but let's say £1,000 a month. That goes in there. That will automatically pre-populate everything over here, and I'll get to this bit in a minute. Under the amounts tab, you can also set the monthly things. So let's say you've got a mobile phone. On the first of the month, it costs 40 quid. There it is. These are monthly deductions, all of these, and can be used by just exactly changing the day, month thing here and setting how much it is. Now, you probably won't have all this stuff. Let's be honest. In accommodation, you don't pay for electricity, gas, water, sewage, insurance costs, car costs. We'll get to monthly allowance in a minute. And you probably won't have a monthly rent, but they're there if you need to use them as monthly outgoings. We'll get to one-off outgoings in a minute. Now, it might be that you don't want to call it mobile. Over here, we see it's called mobile. Maybe you want to have two mobiles. So you might want to have the orange phone and maybe you've got the Vodafone phone, and they come out on different days and different amounts. Why you have two phones, I don't know, but you'll notice that these have updated over here now. These have been renamed, so it does still work just by changing this one here. You can change the amounts over here quite simply, not a problem. Now, monthly allowance is a predictive thing. I always say it's a good idea to work out how much you've got each week to spend. Times that by 4, that's your monthly allowance. Let's say you've got, I don't know, 20 quid a week that you want to spend on social outgoings. Over the space of 4 weeks, that's going to come to 20, 40, 60, 80 quid. So if you budget for that on the monthly allowance, on the 80, there we go, it means you've allowed for any spending money you might want to have. Rent, again, I've put it in as a monthly one here, but realistically in the first year, that's going to be one-off costs. And that leads us to this bit over here. Now, this box doesn't do anything. It's just a useful space to store important figures. So in here, when you get your student loan confirmation, you can figure out what days they're going to come in and how much they're going to be. Okay, and we'll use that in a minute. If you've got a bursary, you can put those in as well. And over here, you've got outgoings. So how much is your student accommodation going to cost you? I'll note that I haven't put in space for you to put your uni fees in because you never see that money. So you don't need to budget it. It goes straight from the student loans company to your university. Okay, so once you've populated all this information, it's really important that you get this figure put into your main budget. So on the 17th of September, you've got that much money coming in. Now I'm just going to copy that. So I've got it in my clipboard. And I'm going to go to my budget. Now, this is the actual main budget. Here, you've got the day. Okay? Once you go past the day, these will blank out. So if I just put this in the past for a second to show you, all the dates will go into black and white because they're in the past. Let's get rid of that. And here, you've got those pre-planned monthly allowances that you've said they're going to come out of your account. Now, to start with, we've said that on, let's just remind ourselves, the 17th of September, you've got this much money coming in. It's worth going over here to the 17th of September, or whatever date it is you picked. Let's just double check that because we know what I'm like with dates. Yes, 17th of September. And I want to say that I've got money coming in. Now, here, I've created an extra field called student loan in. So I'm just going to paste that in here. Ooh, let's ignore the equations. There we go. And get rid of any other code that might exist in here. Ooh, don't do that. See, this is what happens when I try and throw something together quickly. Let's just go down to wherever that was. There it is. Delete that, and let's just get rid of anything else that might be hiding in this column. There we go. So you've got a positive figure coming in. That's in black, so you can see it's a positive figure. Now, this column over here chains together everything that you're working on. So if you've got two things that are coming out on the same day, you'll notice that that's a double negative over here. That's the total amount coming in. But let's say that you've got some other money that you're spending. Let's say that you turn up to student accommodation on the first day, let's say the 16th. Apparently, I put that in the completely wrong month. Let's put that in the right month. It's important that you pay attention, you don't make these silly mistakes. Let's go back a month. There we go. 17th, 16th, there we go. So let's say that it's coming in there. Student loan comes in there. But let's say that you also turn up on the first day and you need to buy a duvet for 40 quid. If you use a minus figure and put in 40 quid, don't know why it's a 40 quid duvet, but it's an expensive one, you'll notice that populates this figure over here. Alright, this just adds everything up, totals it up for you. Now, it's really important that you start here. Whatever your first day is, you can choose your first day here. Let's say I want to start it from halfway through, let's say the 7th of September. That is the start day of my budget. All the things will move around, and you'll notice these just populate. Don't change these dates, just change the top one here. Okay, this is just the first day here. And in that first day column, you want to put in how much money you've got in your bank, how much you're going to have available to you. So let's say you turn up and you've got £150 in savings. All right, don't change this first row. All right, leave it alone. Let it do its thing. Okay, everything underneath should calculate out from that. If you need to add stuff in, you can use this column here. Okay, if it's a good thing, okay, let's say one lottery and you got, I don't know, £100,000. All right, that's a positive. It's going to screw everything up because no one's expected to get £100,000. But that will then affect everything onwards. Okay, let's not leave that in there because that is silly. Okay, and let's say you got a sudden expense, you can put it in as had a heavy night. Cost me minus £60. Oh, no, don't do that. See, even I make mistakes. Minus £60. Suddenly, every other figure under here has been screwed over by losing that money. So this is your way of making one-off ins and outs. Okay, you have to add it up. There's a bit of space over here that you could use. So if you know you've got receipts for 15 and $7.99, and maybe you had a kebab, let's say that was $4.50. All right, you can then just add that up. You can see the total down here, so you know £27.47 is your big amount. £27.47. Okay, there you go. That is your big night out. That can go away. And you can see that you can keep a running tally. Now, it's really important you keep this information up to date. So to start with, every student loan that you can put in, stick in here. In fact, I'm going to give you an extra column. Can I give you an extra column? Am I that smart? Did I do it that way? No, I didn't. But okay, we'll give you an extra one. Insert another row. Student loan in, let's say, one-off accommodation. Now, let's just call it accommodation. Okay, because you know that there's going to be a bunch of stuff in there that's not good. You're going to have to pay your rent at some point. Let's make it a negative. That's why it's red. Okay, and let's just give it a nice little border on the right hand side. Right, okay, so if you know that your rent is going to cost you this much money on this day, grab that figure. You'll notice it's exactly the same as the student loan. I'm lazy. I couldn't think up some random numbers. And stick in there. And don't forget, if you are spending it, it starts with a minus. Boom. All right. Now, at the moment, that figure isn't working because I haven't actually added on that column. Got to remember to do this. Let's go boom, boom, boom. Okay, and I'm just going to go doink. Now you'll see that value doesn't exist because you've gained it and you've lost it on the same day. Now, if it's a red number over here, you've gone past 0. You might be lucky enough. To have an overdraft. Okay, I don't recommend you use it, but should you do that, it's worth going up here to conditional formatting, managing the rules. Okay. Ooh, was I intelligent? Might be I was. No, I'm not that intelligent. Oh, maybe I am. S3. Let's have a look at S3. Dun, dun. In here is a hidden cell. See, I was intelligent. S3. That's your overdraft limit. Okay. Let's say your first overdraft is £500. Okay. Anytime you go past that, now this will start lighting up like a Christmas tree. In fact, I'm going to move that over to here. And I'm going to call that overdraft limit. And we're going to make that just slightly visible. Just slightly. And let's put a little border around it so you know not to play with it. Okay, there we go. There's your overdraft limit sitting up there. Okay, and you can change that value and it will change what happens here. Don't know what's going on with that cell. That's colourful. probably because we're a thing. Let's put that back to minus 1500 because that's where most of them start. Okay, all right. So red doesn't mean the end of the world. What does mean the end of the world are these glowy ones. Glowy is bad. Okay. These are just happening on weekends. You'll notice it shades out the weekends. One moment, I'm going to sneeze. Let's hope I do some editing, otherwise I've just deafened all of you with headphones. Anyway, right, so this is how it works. And it works forward. It works forward for as long as you want it to do. Okay, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom here. Okay, this goes up to the 12th of August 2018. You want more? You just grab the whole row and just extend it down as far as you want it to go, and it will just populate for you. Now, if we look at this budget does not look good. Okay, these are big negatives, and you can see this using the Finance tab. Finance tab gives you predictions. All right, this is a bad line. Okay, if you see this predicted line going well below your overdraft limit, you need to work out what's missing. Do some maths, work out what you can change. In some cases, it will be as simple as taking out your monthly allowance. Although, what you're going to eat then, I don't know. And now the finances looks better. Still not good. All right. Well, we've got to work out what we can give up. Well, we don't really need 2 Vodafones. Let's get rid of the more expensive one. Okay. We'll leave this in here. Don't get rid of it. Leave it there till you've got something new to replace it with. You're not paying electricity or gas or sewage. Insurance, your choice. I don't think you need a car. All right. And we're not paying rent. Okay. Those are one-off costs. You also don't have a salary coming in, so we'll take all that out. Now, the finances look a little bit healthier. And the reason it doesn't look more positive is that I haven't included all of this information yet. You have to go through and do that yourself. You also have to work out what that is using your own recorded information. Now, a lot of this works with a lot of very strange hidden equations, and I urge you not to play around with it too much unless you know what you're doing. I don't want to sit around debugging everyone's personal finances, nor do I need to know your personal finances. That's your business. But this is only a guide to help you work out how to plan your life. Hopefully, this will help you. If you've got basic questions, I will answer those. It should be a Google Docs link at the bottom. Take it, judge it, talk to me. I'm done. Okay, so after I finished recording, I realised I'd made a couple of little mistakes. First of all, I should point out to you that this is the running balance of what's in your bank, okay? You need to keep an eye on this, and you need to budget around things. Hang on, let's get rid of this. Other notes that I'm noticing floating around. And this is what you need to keep an eye on. At any given day, you should be able to say, well, today is, I don't know, the 17th of November. How much money should I have in my account? Let's check. I should have £2,690. If you go to your bank account and find you've got £2,100, you need to work out where the difference is. You need to do some work with this. It's not just going to magically do your budget for you. You've got to constantly be double checking in with what's going on in your bank and make sure that this is constantly updated. Set a time once a week where you go through your receipts. Check that you've updated the other in and out. Make sure you've recorded it on there. Yeah, it's work, but it's important work, and it means that you don't end up with negatives. You'll also notice that I've since this cut, I've now added in this extra column here. I hadn't actually included the monthly wage. If you do get a part-time job, you are making money. It's important to keep an eye on that you're actually making some money, and you can see some black numbers in here. If they're red numbers, something's gone wrong there. Shouldn't be getting negatives when you're getting paid for it. Yeah, all right.